right? So I just want you to be aware that in last year you did simultaneous equations. Now the simultaneous equations you did last year, they were both linear equations. Now in grade 11, you are going to do a set of equations that are actually two, but one of them is linear, the other one is quadratic in two variables. So your knowledge of solving quadratic equations is very, very important when you are doing simultaneous equations in grade 11. Right, so I'm going to start with a simple one. Like number one, write samples. This is from the worksheet, right? Exercise 9. Right? So I'll start with a simple example. You have x plus y equal to 2. Then the second equation is x squared plus y squared equal to 52. Now in this case, we can just call this equation 1, and that one we'll call it equation 2. Now I'm sure you can see that the first equation is linear. Always identify the linear equation because it is the one that will help you to solve the problem. And generally, we use the method of substitution because the second equation is a little bit complex. It's quadratic in two variables, that is in both x and y. So we have to create a quadratic equation in one variable. For us to do that, we just take the first equation, which is the one which is linear. We make x or y the subject. So I'm going to make x the subject. So I'll take this y to the right. I'll get x equal to 2 minus y. And this will become my equation 3. Okay? So now I'm going to use equation 3 and equation 2 to solve that pair of simultaneous equations. So I'll say substituting equation 3 into equation 2. By substituting equation 3 into equation 2, it means where there is x here, I have to put 2 minus y. So this will become 2 minus y all squared plus y squared equal to 52. Alright? So what I did, I'm going to repeat again. I chose the first equation because it is linear, so it is easy to work with. It's easier to work with a linear equation in terms of making a variable the subject of the formula. So I made x the subject first, then I substitute the right-hand side of equation 3 into equation 2. Then I got the equation. Now I'm sure you can see here that we have got brackets. So I have to remove those brackets by using FOIL, and then I'll create a quadratic equation in terms of y. So my next step is going to be 2 minus y times 2 minus y. Right? That's plus y squared equal to 52. And this will give me a 4 minus 2y minus 2y plus y squared plus y squared equal to 52. And if I simplify this, I'll get 2y squared minus 4y plus 4 equal to 52. And then if I simplify that further, taking the 52 to the left, I'll get 2y squared minus 4y minus 48 equal to 0. Then I'll take out the common factor. So the common factor 2 times y squared minus 2y minus 24 is equal to 0. Right. Are you following? Are you following before I carry on? Is there anyone who has got a question? Please, you need to ask. Can you talk, please? Either you say no or yes, then you ask. If you say no, then I can carry on. Okay. So from here, you divide by 2, and you end up having a quadratic equation that you are familiar with from grade 9, 10. Okay? Then we need to factorize this. To factorize it, it will be y minus 6 times y plus 4 equal to 0. And this will give you y minus 6 equal to 0, or y plus 4 equal to 0. Okay? What that means is my two y values are going to be y equal to 6 or y equal to negative 4. Okay, so I found the values of y. There are two. I now need to find the values of x. Okay, so when you solve a quadratic equation in a pair of simultaneous equations in grade 11, you must get two values of y and two values of x. In total, you must have 4 answers. It's different from grade 10 where you're getting one x value and one y value. Make sure you remember that difference. So I now need to find the two values of x. So I'll say when y is equal to 6, so I'll go back to my substitution. My substitution is this one here. So x is equal to 2 minus y. So I'll say x is equal to 2 minus y. Therefore, 2 minus 6, and that will give me minus 4. Right? When y is equal to minus 4, I'll have x equal to 2 minus 4. Then we get 6. So we will have two values of x and two values of y. So those are the solutions of the pair of simultaneous equations. Any question? Is there anyone who has got a question? Okay, if you don't have a question, then let me do a second one. Okay, number 6. Number 6 is 3y plus x equal to 2. And the second equation is y squared plus x is equal to xy plus 1. Alright? Now let me call the first equation number 1 and the second one number 2. Okay? Among the two equations, which one do you think I should choose first and make x or y the subject? I need someone to talk there. Among the two equations. Okay, Zach, the reason why we need 4 answers is because we have got this. If you look at the question, it's because of what I said over here. Because of this question and that y squared. Because both y and x are squared in the second equation, it means we are going to create a quadratic equation either in terms of y and get two values, and then use those two values to get x. Or we can create an equation in terms of x, which is quadratic, and get two values of x. Then we also need to use those two values to get the two values of y. So in this grade, it's not like in grade 10, where the exponents in both equations for x and y were equal to 1. In grade 11, one of the two equations will be a quadratic equation in two variables. Therefore, when you solve a set of simultaneous equations whereby one is linear, one is quadratic, you get four solutions. Okay? Have I answered you? Yeah, you must know from now on in this grade, when you see a pair of simultaneous equations, you must get four answers. It's not like grade 10 anymore. All right, so we are going to use equation 1. Okay, because it's linear, so this equation is going to become, now here, I'm going to take this 3y to the right. Okay, it's better for me to make x the subject because the exponent of x there, it's a 1. Okay, so I can make y the subject, but it will make things complicated. I'll end up creating fractions. Here, it's better to take the 3y to the right. If I do that, I will get x equal to 2 minus 3y. Okay, so this becomes the third equation. Then, by substituting equation 3 into equation 2, we will end up having, where there is x here, where there is x there, we'll put 2 minus 3y. Where there is x there, 2 minus 3y. Where there is x there, 2 minus 3y. Okay, so I'll end up having y squared plus 2 minus 3y equal to x times. So it will be y times, it will be y times 2 minus 3y plus 2 minus plus 1. Okay, so I've done a substitution. So always, when you're solving a set of simultaneous equations in grade 11, you get 1 mark for making x or y the subject, another mark for correct substitution, like how I did there. So 2 marks so far. Generally, a question like this we have about 5 or 6 marks, right? Then I need to simplify this until I create a quadratic equation, so it becomes y squared plus 2 minus 3y equal to 2y minus 3y squared plus y. Then, since this is minus 3y, that's why I'll take the minus 3y to the right, to the left, and then I'll end up in y squared plus 3y squared. I'll get 4y squared, okay? And then this 2y plus that 2y will give me 3y. So if I take it to the left, I'll end up getting minus 6y plus 2 equal to 0. So that's my quadratic equation. So generally as well, you get 1 mark for the standard form of a quadratic equation. Right? You get 1 mark for this, for the standard form of the quadratic equation. Okay? Now from here, we need to factorize. So since there is a common factor here, there is a common factor here, which means I can factorize. So this will become 2 times 2y minus 3y plus 1 equal to 0. Then you divide both sides by 2. If you do that, you end up getting the final equation is 2y squared minus 3y plus 1 equal to 0. right? Then I need to factorize that. So to factorize it, the coefficient of y squared is a 2, coefficient of, so the constant term is 1, 2 times 1, so that would be 2 times 1 to give me a 2. Which two factors of 2 add up to minus 3? Because the coefficient here of y is minus 3. Which two factors of 2 add up to minus 3? Can someone tell us which two factors of 2 add up to minus 3? It's minus 2 and minus 1. Thank you, Zach. So if we do that, then we're going to split that minus 3y and write as 2y squared minus 2y, right, minus 1 equal to 0. Then we take out a common factor there, that will be 2y, then we are left with y minus 1, then I have to create here minus y minus 1 equal to 0. Then we end up having minus 1 times 2y minus 1. Okay, that will be equal to 0. Remember, here it will seem like there is a 1 here, so that's how I got that. Okay, then we substitute, so we equate each binomial to 0, and then we get our y equal to 1 or y equal to a half. So I have two values of y. Since I got two values of y, I need to determine two values of x, one for each value of y. So from here I'll say when y is equal to 1, I'll go back to my substitution, this one here. So x is equal to minus 3y. So that means x will equal to 2 minus 3y. So that will be 2 minus 3 times 1. And then you get 2 minus 3 equal to negative 1. So when x, when y is equal to 1, so that means minus 1. Then when y is equal to a half, okay, so it's 2, so it will be x equal to 2 minus 3 times a half. And this will give me 2 minus 3 over 2, and that will give me a half. So x is going to be a half. So my two answers are going to be x equal to a half, x equal to minus 1, y equal to 1, and y equal to a half. And then you are done. So if you know how to factorize like what we've done in the past, this part here, it requires knowledge of making a variable the subject, knowing how to substitute, right? I just need to emphasize to you that the following steps are very important, right? I have already indicated, but I just need to add more. So the substitution, the making of a variable the subject, the substitution, the standard form of the equation, the factors, this step here is very important. Then the two values of y and the two values of x. So usually total it will be 6 marks. And you have to know how to solve simultaneous equations for your match control test. Any question? All right, if you don't have any question, then we'll stop here for today. I'm going to give you homework that I'll send on the group for you to do from the worksheet. Okay?